We all have worries. We all have insecurities. There is always something we single out on ourselves. Maybe it's the way we look, the way we sound, our style, our car, or that one joke we said and nobody laughed at. Whatever it is, we all have worries. And that's okay. And I'm going to tell you why. Since a young age, I've been many things. Those include being a clown, a big gamer, a huge nerd, an awful dancer. I've tried to hide these parts of me for a very long time, and I noticed that whenever I hid them, that is when I felt the most insecure. But whenever I was just myself, that's when I felt the best. That's when all those things that I always thought about, all those things that were at the back of my mind, they were just gone. They just weren't there anymore. Because I was expressing who I was, rather than trying to create a fake persona for everybody else around me. And when I felt that way, that's when I actually felt like I could have a good time, because I wasn't just trying to fit in. Because I really do believe that is what it's about. There are so many different things on this planet for us to enjoy. There are so many different people we can go and meet, countless places we can go and visit. So why would you confine yourself to the things that other people around you are doing when you're not enjoying them yourself? Dive head first into the things that you want to do. Don't just follow the crowd. Do what you want to do. So, one of the most important things that I want you to remember is that people's opinions are not actually going to make you happy, whether they're good or bad. And the reason why I say that is that praise is nice, yes, of course. Negativity isn't, obviously. But regardless of what that opinion is, happiness will come from within and from the things that you actually do and the things that you actually want to do yourself. Because if I was to do something because other people wanted me to, but I didn't really enjoy it, it'd make me miserable. Even if that thing was alright, it was good for me or whatever, if I don't want to do it, I don't want to do it. So it will make me miserable, it will make me bored, and I won't want to do it. I want to do something else, and I'd go rogue, and I'd find every single excuse possible under the sun just to not do it, okay? And whenever you try to just conform to the norm, let's just call it, or to what other people are doing, that's also what happens, because you're trying to fit in with them rather than fit in with your own needs, and there's a big difference there. So next time you think about stopping something because it's not what the majority of people do, just remember that it won't make you happy, because being validated and accepted by others is alright, obviously, it's nice to have that, but when you do things that you truly enjoy, that is what actually brings happiness to your life, but in a good way, because being comfortable isn't a bad thing as long as you're comfortable in the right way. Because a lot of people who are comfortable will just abide by the rules, won't go further out their own way, they won't do anything extra they don't need to. But when you're comfortable in a good way, you think this is a good level of progress that I'm making, and you stick with it, you'll continue to see slow, steady growth every single day. One of the most important things in life are experiences, because those are the things that you remember for life. That holiday you went to your favorite country, the trip you had with a bunch of your friends, going to a concert to see your favorite band, all those things are the things that you actually remember. Trying to fill your life with experiences is, in my opinion, the best way to live a fulfilling life, because the more things you have to look back on, the better. Obviously, there are going to be a lot of days where things are just the same, it's just repetition over and over and over again. But there are tons of opportunities for everybody. You don't need to do something different every single weekend. It could be once a month, every 2-3 months. The idea is that you do something different, something that you can look forward to, because when you do it, once you do it, it will stay with you for your life. So the more memories you can make, the better. And those memories can be whatever you want them to be, because the most important thing is that you like them. It doesn't matter what other people think about it. If you want to go to a specific show, if you want to go visit someone, visit something, if you want to go to a specific convention,
go and do it. Because even if you have to go alone, because that is what you're going to remember. You're going to remember the good time that you're going to have. You might think about the people's nasty words, let's just say, for a little while, but they're going to go away. Eventually, they're just going to disappear. But the thing that's not going to disappear is the memory of you having a great time doing something you genuinely enjoy. So any chance and opportunity you get to go and experience something that you actually want to go and experience, not just because other people are doing it, take it. Go for it. Because you're not going to regret it. The way I see it is that I regret things when I don't do them. If I go and do something and I don't have a good time, whatever happens, right? I suppose the absolute worst thing is I've wasted some time, some money, whatever. That's fine. But sitting there wondering whether you would have enjoyed yourself or not is much, much worse. So that is why it's never a good thing to let opportunities pass you by.
Keep it in mind, you want to do the things that you want to do. You also want to work on yourself. Whenever you do activities that get your brain and body going and working and expanding, those things stay with you for the rest of your life. Delayed gratification, such as sports, hobbies, arts, the things that you continuously get better at, you don't really get complimented on anything until years into it, until you can show a lot of just huge results, because people won't notice those small little steps. People will notice you here and people will notice you here. So this is going to be invisible to everybody but you. But I think the most important part isn't the start or the finish, it's the middle, because the middle is when the real growth occurs. And the middle part is the only part that matters when it comes to the growth and self-improvement. Because we all have something that we wish to improve on, or we just think could be better, right? So if you're struggling with something, you can set out a plan and take small, manageable steps on a consistent basis in order to get to the result that you're actually after. Ultimately, you can think of it in a way where nobody really cares until you show results. But I do not want that to discourage you, because you will see results, you will see changes. They might be small, and at first you might see nothing, but over time you will see the difference, and you will be able to see and compare yourself to how you were before. And once you start seeing those results, once you start seeing that bit of growth, that is when it becomes addicting. And the way I see it, it's not a bad thing at all to be addicted to improving yourself. Just because something is popular, it doesn't mean that it's good for you. Because yeah, it might be liked by the masses, by the majority of people that maybe you know, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's the right thing for you. Because you have to remember that you like things a certain way, you do things a certain way, and if it means having to go out of your own way and change who you are just to follow a trend, then you're not really staying true to yourself, and over time that can have more of an impact on you than you actually might realize right now. Because we need to do things we genuinely enjoy, outside of all the things that we have to do that we perhaps despise or just must do because we must. Some of those things might be, doing the chores, going shopping, going to work, whatever. The things that we just have to do regardless. So outside of that, the more time we spend doing things we actually genuinely enjoy and care about and bring genuine positivity into our lives, the better. The truth is, people are going to complain no matter what you do, what you like, how you behave. Because if you're quiet, they're going to say that you're rude. If you're loud, they're going to say that you're obnoxious. If you're honest, they're going to call you nasty. If you're nice, they're going to call you a people pleaser. So regardless of how you behave, what you enjoy to do, however it is that you spend your day to day, people are going to look for faults and complain about them no matter what. Even if there's nothing to complain about, people will find a reason to complain. So be yourself. Because the person that's complaining or moaning or calling you names right now clearly doesn't deserve who you are. But on the other hand, you might come across a person that adores everything about you. They like your vibe, they like what you like, they like spending time with you, and most importantly of all, they allow you to be yourself. So don't you dare change who you are because of someone else's opinion. Thank you very much for watching and tuning in to this week's video. I hope you enjoyed it and learned something new. And if you disagree with anything that I said today, please leave a comment. I'll be more than happy to have a chat with you. Last week, we spoke about letting go and how it's always good to let go of old ways of thinking and old ways of living when you're working on yourself. So I'm going to leave that on the screen for you right here. I hope I see you there, and I hope you enjoyed it just as much as this one. Thank you. See you next week.